motherfuckers! On today's video, today I am going to be working on the 240. Got a couple things at the junkyard. I noticed that I kind of revealed it midway video on the one video that I did with painting Jimmy's car. But regardless, I picked up some brake calipers from the junkyard. I got all four, fronts and rears, so obviously that's four. And with that, I'm going to convert the 240 to the bigger brake setup. Now, I bought the kit to convert everything over, new rotors, new lines, all that. And I'm also going to be able to keep my 4-lug, because as of right now I don't have 5-lug wheels. I also just put brand new tires on this one, and I have my drift spares. So right now we'll hold off on doing the 5-lug. But in the meantime, I will be doing the fronts on this part. I have to go back to the junkyard, and I didn't know, so I didn't really look into it, but I didn't know that the parking brake or the emergency brake has a completely different setup from the 300ZX to the 240. The 240 has it kind of built into the caliper. The 300ZX does not. It's part of the inside of the rotor. It's kind of like a drum. So I'm gonna have to go back and pick all that up. Regardless, we're gonna do the front today. And I'm going to jack the car up. And then after I jack it up, I'll bring all the parts out and I'll show you. We got new stainless steel braided lines, all that jazz. Alright guys, so as you can see here, we got a whole bunch of parts for the 240. I even got 2 more fenders and a couple other parts. But we pretty much got the whole conversion kit for the Z32 calipers. Because I got these at the junkyard, all 4 of them. Hella happy about that. But I got all 4 of them, and then I ordered the whole kit for the conversion. So these rotors are drilled for 4 and 5 lug. So I can keep my wheels that I have now and so on, and I don't have to actually go to 5 lug yet. But when I do, I can keep the same rotors. But rears, fronts, got all the lines, pads, a new cluster. The reason why I got a different cluster is because I don't know if you've ever seen in my videos, there's some shitty ass aftermarket one, and you can't see anything in it at night, and it's shitty. This is gonna be like a quick before of what the rotors then all look before we put the conversion on, and then I'll lay up the front ones on there, and you'll see the difference in sizes. Yeah, that's just the rotor. You don't even see the caliper. I don't know if the last clip recorded, but if you look straight at it, it covers the whole thing. It's a pretty sizable upgrade. I don't know if it's gonna help to see it, but you can definitely tell. And believe it or not, which I'm surprised to find out after doing research, because like I said, I got these off a 300ZX at the junkyard. But according to my research, and I even asked people on forums, these are from an R32 GTR. Reason why is I've been looking it up, but there is no, like, this bar is smooth through here, and all the other ones seem to have a bar, like kind of like a thicker bar that sticks out through here for the Z32s or the 300ZXs. But number 2, none of the Z32s say Sumitomo on it, or Sumitomo, however you say it. On top of that, these things are light as a feather. I mean, for some calipers this beefy, I guarantee you these weigh more than these, and that's a fact. So somehow going to the junkyard for a 300ZX in a rush that was actually the next day, and normally any import like that, everything gets taken off it. This car had nothing taken off it. These bad boys were on a 300ZX that came in a junkyard, and I was curious because they already had stainless steel brake lines that were already upgraded, I guess, on here, but everything else was stock. But now that I think about it, I was like, you know what? I wonder if these are different calipers, because they're very light. They aren't iron. These are definitely not no iron calipers. These are lightweight as shit, I mean. So, yeah, it comes to find out that these are probably R32 GTSTs. If not, I mean, GTR, R32 GTRs. But again, these definitely are not no iron. These are light. If I could weigh them for you and get more accurate, I would, but I don't really have a scale designed for this. I only have fat boy scales inside the house. But yeah, I'd say this is a 5.5 right here. I don't know if everything's gonna bolt up the same. I hope. I hope these bolts are long enough for my brake calipers themselves to fit, but I'm gonna pop this off and then we'll slap these on there with the rotors and see what they look like. I'm gonna start by popping off these lines up here. I gotta get this whatever you call U-clip, whatever you wanna call it. I'm just gonna hit this out, hit this one out, loosen this line before I do that. Hopefully this comes off no problem, and that way we'll just take the whole caliper off and have the line attached to it. It's just gonna leak out here. But, shall get to that first. As you know, we're gonna do that last. Caliper's gonna come off, this is gonna come off, we're gonna swap the hub first. How about? Pow, baby. Guess moment of truth. Yeah, I think these are not thick enough. First things first, these are not the right rotor size. I can tell you that for a fact. So I'm gonna have to get 32 mils, I guess. Look at that gap between the rotor, and then on top of that, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see how much bigger I have between these 2 points. Well, it's hard to see, but here to here, look at how much of a gap it has. This is gonna be wonderful. So after the whole debacle of finding that out, I had to send back my other rotors, got some new rotors. So as you can see here, we got some DVAs. They're like carbon, iron, something like that. Some special ass shit, you know what I'm saying? $200 per rotor. Not what I plan on buying. Goes from $140 for 2 to $400. Not what I was planning on doing. Not happy, but happy at the same time, but not happy. You know, problems when you buy cars. But got these bad boys. They're from Australia. They have like a kangaroo pattern inside of there. Apparently it's better for cooling. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of good reviews on it, so I went with these. Got the brake line conversions. I hope they're long enough. They kind of look kind of short to me, but I don't know. I'm no expert. And some honk pads. So we're gonna try. Oh, and the main important part. These are some ISR 5-lug conversion hubs. So these were also $150 a pop. Yeah. So returned the rotors, got half off. So yeah. So we're gonna get into this shit. Pow. One more time for me. Pow. So here's a new rotor. We're gonna put this bad boy on. I don't know if you can tell, but it's a big motherfucker. So here's kind of an example of the difference in brake size. So definitely a big upgrade. This is what the calipers, this is what the setup's gonna look like when we're done. Some big motherfuckers for this bad boy. We should definitely have no problem stopping, not doing anything like that, even though we don't really stop like that. It might help us prevent a little bit of understeer. Tapping the front brakes a little bit, you know, get that, you know, so. So I'm gonna tighten this bad boy up. That way that's on there. Put the pads in there, get that all situated. already got this line loose, so I'm just gonna swap the line out. Go from there.
How fast do you think that guy was going?
I don't know.
Really kind of quick. This is going to be right down on me.
I think it fits.
It's like a fucking 11. Like, are you serious?
Hmm?
It's a fucking 11. Fortunately, we can't run the front rooms anymore. So we got these bad boys. We gotta run these now, for now. Temporarily. What do you think about these 300ZX wheels?
Look alright.
Think they're alright? Think I should just throw some black on it, call it a day? You don't think so?
You like that. The way people know you're a drifter.
Alright, well I guess it's one side done.
Yep.
So now we know what we need to do. Kinda already went ahead and started doing it, didn't really record it, but that bad boy gone. It's missing. Look at that crusty shit. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, look at that shit. I got a nice amount of brake fluid all over my manifold, which should be nice when we start it. Fuck my life. But we're on this guy. Old, new. You really can't see much difference, right? Well, the bore, the shaft, there's a little more girth to it. You see that gore, that gore? You see that fucking shaft?
Dude, I don't know, dude. I feel like vanilla Coke is better than vanilla.
To that one. It's kind of hard to compare while the visuals out seeing it side to side, but trust me, this one's bigger. This is for 300ZX. This is the 240. This is 7/8 from the automatic, and I believe this is pretty much a 1 1/16. It said it's like an inch 0.06, so I'm gonna assume it's a 1 1/16 if you convert it. What you have to do is, for some reason, when you look it up, it says you have to convert all the lines to bubble flare or double flare. But the one I have, it's already got a single flare. I only have to do this line. So I can either just flare the line up here, or I could just chop this bad boy open and get this little black fitting in there. Or whatever you want to call it, adapter, union, whatever. I'm gonna cut this. So, cut this bad boy out. This one I kind of nicked in a little deep, but this one I just kind of worked it till I was close and just snapped it off. Pretty much it's like a little black piece that has the flare end on it, and then it's like goes into the actual cylinder, like right here. The one I got wasn't exactly the same size, so essentially I just nicked off the little back like nipple part and just hit it flat until it kind of went in there. As of right now, it's in there. This is the line that we're going to be looking for to see if it leaks. This one right here in the middle. But as of right now, it's filled up. I hit the pedal a couple times, and now I guess to bleed it to see if it really holds or not. Hopefully this helps out, because in reality it's not much more bigger than the one that I took off, but hopefully this works and makes it so I don't lock up my front brakes all the time. Alright guys, so sorry I did not do an outro. Again, I know you're probably tired of me saying that, but fuck it. As you can see in the last clip, I didn't even mention it, but I did get new wheels for the front. They're just some XXRs, they're nothing special. They're just there so that way I can have the same tires that I had before, and I don't have so much of a tall tire, because with the 300ZX wheels, they're pretty tall. So I didn't want to have like that effect of rolling on the edge when you get into a drift. I don't know if that really is going to affect me in a bad way or not, but I just went and got some wheels. They're brand new, weren't expensive at all, just to kind of get me going. But with that being said, I did get everything done on the front. It's all together. I did go and drive it afterwards. I didn't record it, but I did go and drive. The reason why we did the master cylinder is you don't need to do it, but the reason why I did it was because when I hit the brakes with the original 241, the one that was a 7/8 size diameter, it would pretty much like lock it up almost instantly. You could slow down, but if you hit any type of like quickness, it just made the front end just like lock up, and I just did not like that. So that's why I went and got the 300ZX one. That way I wouldn't have that feel, as well as when I do the rest of the brakes, everything else is still going to feel better, because I can only imagine when I do the rears that it would have locked it up even quicker. Everything is done with the car. It drives fine. Everything is great. I love the new brakes, so that is a success. But for a sneak peek, what you can kind of see here, as you can see, here's the block. I got everything that I need, that I'm pretty sure I got. I'm pretty sure I got everything. But I got everything we need to build this engine back up. So that is going to be coming up in the next couple videos. I do have a drift event that's actually going to be out after this one, from the after I said it until the brakes. This is after the drift event, so sorry. But I appreciate you guys watching, and thanks for everything. You know, I'm trying to do as best as I can to get more out here and more footage for you guys to watch. But again, if you have any ideas or anything like that, let me know. I'm free to hear them. After I get my Suburban done, which is almost done, it's just been raining a lot lately. When I get that done, and I'm going to build this engine up, I'm going to put the diff in the Miata, the blue Miata, and that way I can have somebody else come with me drifting. So then after that, the white Miata is getting taken apart. So thanks again for watching. Lick my butthole, and I'll see you next time.
What if they heard my burp?